Alright, hello everyone, I am Lovable Hatsune Miku, and today I'm making a video to inform you guys about what happened to my dog Miku on Saturday, March 5th, which was yesterday, and it was not a fun night for me, you guys. Honestly, it was a pretty stressful night, so I guess I'm just gonna try to explain it as best as I can. I'm not sure how long this video will be, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to tell you guys what happened to my dog and the aftermath. So, yesterday, well, March 5th, it was like a normal day, just like any other day, but my parents were going to go to the house and work on our house for like construction, and I thought I was going to hang out with one of my cousins, so I said, you know, bring Miku with you, because I didn't want to bring her, but later on, like, they did bring her, but then later on I found out that I learned that I wasn't going to be able to hang out with them because they had other plans, which is fine, and you know, so I thought like, okay, I'll just make like a video for my channel, so that's what I ended up doing. I recorded a video, I was editing it, and then I was like about to like, I put it into like the YouTube, I was about to upload it, waiting for it to like finish doing its thing, and then I was like listening to music, I was chilling, everything was just fine, like it normally usually is, like normal, and then I get a call from my mom, and I'm like, you know, like, what's up? And then she says, like, hey, like, your dog Miku isn't doing well, we have to take her to the vet. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what's wrong with her? And then she's like, well, she keeps, like, falling over and she's not doing well. She's, like, all wobbly. She's, like, I don't know. They thought, like, maybe she had, like, a seizure. And they told me to pack my things really quickly, that they were coming to get me. And I'm, like, thinking to myself, like, oh my god, like, what the hell is happening? Like, what on earth could have happened to her while I was not there? Because the fact that they said that she wasn't walking right and she was falling over, it really scared me, so I packed up my stuff as fast as I could. I ran downstairs and I was waiting, and I'm not gonna lie, I was crying, because I was like really worried, because I wanted to see her to make sure that she was okay. So once they arrived, I looked at her and she was just laying in the pen, like, she did not look good, like, she was really weak. So we were like waiting for the vet to get back to us, like we called them, so we were like, you know what, let's just take her back upstairs to the apartment and, you know, see how she's doing. So that's what we did. Me and my mom went back upstairs and we brought him. We kind of like, she didn't want to come out of her pen, so we kind of had to like force her out of the pen just to see how she was doing. And she was walking, but the way she was walking was like really wobbly. She was like, she had like no control of her body almost, the way she was walking. It was not fun to watch. And I mean, just the way that she looked at us, like, I honestly thought that maybe she did have a seizure, because she kind of gave me that look like she didn't know who the heck I was, and that was really scary, because in the past we have had a dog had a seizure before, and I think we waited a little too late because he kept on having seizures and we had to put him down because of it. So that's what I was kind of thinking, like, oh my god, don't tell me my dog is gonna like start having seizures, because they didn't even know what the heck happened. They were like working like normal, like usually she plays with our other dog, and every time we bring her, she's always like fine. But I guess they looked away for a minute, like my mom said that she fed her and she was fine and playing like normal, and then all of a sudden she saw her like not doing well. So we watched her while we were in the apartment, and it got worse from there. Like, honestly, I mean, she did kind of like follow us around, but she just kept like stumbling and falling, and we were like, you know what, let's just go to the vet, like, we'll just wait in the car until we get a call. So we were like, honestly, we tried to get her in the pen, but she kind of just stood there in one spot, and her body just like collapsed, like lifeless collapsed, and that was really sad to see, because she had no strength in her body to get up. She couldn't even hold her head up. Like, honestly, I had to lift her head because I didn't want her falling and hitting her head, so I kind of had to help her, like, with support to, like, have her head lifted up, and that was really hard. That was really sad, because I'm thinking, oh my god, don't tell me, like, my dog is gonna die, because she wasn't moving. She was, like, laying on the floor. She was almost, like, lifeless, almost, and she was breathing, like, really slowly, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, like, don't tell me I'm gonna have to like put my dog down. So we like got a call from the vet, and they told us, like, you know, like what's going on with her, and we said that, oh, she's like wobbly and she's not walking right, and she's you know, she's not herself. And then the vet asked, like, oh, like, is she having a seizure? And that's what we thought. We thought maybe she might have had a seizure and maybe they just didn't see it. And then it asked us, like, if marijuana was around, like maybe she ate it. And we were like, no, we don't think so. We don't have marijuana. Well, not that we know of. Unless some of the workers at our job site building the house had it. So anyways, we basically, like, rushed to the vet, like the animal clinic. And we took her in and they kind of just said, like, you know, we're not sure how long this is going to be, so we're like, you know what, that's okay, just take your time. And that, it was hard, I'm not going to lie, I did cry when I got there, because I was thinking, oh my god. I mean, I know she was in, like, good hands, but at the same time, it's just the waiting part that really gets you, because you want to do everything that you can and help your pet, but at the same time, you can't because you don't know what to do. Like, you kind of feel, like, helpless, so you kind of have to just wait for answers, because when I took her to the apartment, I checked her gums to make sure, like, they weren't blue. Like, I was testing, like, I was touching her body to see, like, if she was in pain. I was testing her, like, reflexes, like, with her legs, and they didn't really have, like, much strength to them. Like, they were kind of just, like, really loose, so I was like, oh my god. I didn't bother checking her eyes, though, to see, like, if they were dilated or anything, because her eyes are pretty dark, so they said, like, oh, it might be an hour, so we're waiting in the car for, like, an hour. I'm kind of just sitting there, kind of trying to calm myself down. I think I did pretty okay staying calm, but at the same time, I was crying a lot because I was just so worried, because I was afraid to get the news, like, hey, we might have to put your dog down because she might have had too many seizures and we might not have even noticed it. Because, again, we lost a dog because of that in the past, so I was thinking, oh my god, don't let that happen to my dog, because she's only a puppy. She's not even a year yet. Like, she was born in April, like, 2021, so she's a little bit too young to be going through this stuff. So we're waiting, and we see all these other people going ahead of us, even though we were there ahead of them. And then my mom, she kind of, like, both of my mom and my brother were kind of getting a little bit irritated because we were waiting for so long, and these other people were getting checked in before Miku was. And I kind of had to explain to them, like, you know what, other people's pets might be going through something way worse than Miku. So at the same time, I wanted her to get checked up, but at the same time, I understood why some other pets were going in. Like, I know one lady, I know her dog was having a seizure pretty bad, so I was like, you know what, you can go ahead. Like, I know it sounds kind of weird to say that, but at the same time, I want my dog to get better, but at the same time, I also want their dog to get better. So you know what, no matter how long it took, I was just gonna wait. Like, I don't care if we were there until midnight. So we waited in that car for like 3 hours, I think, even though they said we were only gonna have to wait for like an hour. But because it was so busy and other people's pets were in worse condition, like way worse condition than my dog, I kind of understood why it took a long time. So they said, like, they had to do, like, they were gonna, like, see how she was, like, I forgot, they were gonna, like, examine her, and then they said they wanted to draw blood, and they said they wanted to see if they could get a urine sample from her. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna go back to the apartment and wait and eat, because we did get Chinese food, so, plus the roads were starting to get bad, it was, like, freezing rain, so we're like, you know what, we'll just go back home, you call us if anything happens and stuff, because they thought, they were kind of leaning towards that maybe she did eat marijuana, which was kind of scary. But yeah, so we kind of just went back home and we ate Chinese food, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really feel that hungry. I was kind of just very anxious to, like, wait for a call, and then, you know, they called my mom, and then they informed us, like, you know what, she's doing better, she's more active, and they think that she did eat marijuana, like pot. So what we think what happened was one of the workers building our house on the job site might have been smoking it on the job site, and they might have just carelessly just flicked it on the floor, and they think maybe she found it on the floor and ate it, like a small little piece of it. So we think that's what happened, because they weren't able to get a urine sample, but when we went to go pick her up, they said that she had, like, most of the signs of what a dog looks like after they've eaten pot. Because they said, like, she didn't have a seizure, so that was good, because her heart rate was so slow. Like, if her heart rate was more fast, it would have leaned more towards a seizure. So I'm glad to hear that she didn't have a seizure, so that made me feel a lot better, because when we went to go pick her up, she was alert, she was walking better, she wasn't, like, all wobbly, and she was happy to see us, she was wagging her tail, and I'm thinking, like, okay, this is good. So they think that she did eat marijuana, but again, they couldn't get a test, but they were leaning towards that that's what happened. And I'm like, you know what? as long as she's okay, like, I was really happy. And the doctor also told me that maybe it could have something to do with her liver. Like, they said that if this is an ongoing thing, like, if this keeps happening, that she keeps falling over and stuff, they said it could have something to do with her liver. So fingers crossed it's not her liver. And, you know, I think, me personally, I think she did eat marijuana that she found on the floor from the job site, because I didn't think that could ever happen, because every time I go there, like, it's so clean. Like, we always sweep and we take care of it. Like, my dad, he's really good at keeping the job site clean, but I guess she found it somehow on the floor. I don't know, but I kind of think, like, the more I think about it, I kind of think that maybe that is what happened, because she was really, like, dozed out. Because when we got her fixed, she kind of was, like, the same. Like, when, you know, like, after they were, like, come out of surgery, they were kind of, like, all drugged up and they don't really know what to do. But it was like that, but a little bit more worse, because she didn't have any strength whatsoever to even stand. So it was, like, really worse. But update, we brought her home that night and we monitored her, and she was a lot more active. She was eating and she was happy. She was, like, she was barking again, because when we brought her in, she was not barking. She was just not feeling well. But yeah, it's the next day now, and she is doing a lot better. She is active, she's running, she's being sassy again when she wants her food, like normal. So I think she's gonna be okay, guys. I'm really happy that it was just something, you know, something that was solved, and I'm glad it's not seizures, because I don't think I could handle losing another dog to a seizure, because it's not fun. So, moral of the story, I guess my dog ate pot and she was high, and that was the problem. Because, I guess, I don't know. But moral of the story, I'm glad that she's okay. I'm glad that I was happy to bring her home, and she was all, you know, happy and stuff. And she's doing a lot better, you guys. She can walk like normal. She's not, like, dozed off or anything. She can walk. She can lift her head up. She's eating. She's peeing. She's pooing. You know, like a normal dog. She's like the way she was when we got her. So everything seems to be going back to normal. But I'm still gonna keep an eye on her. But from now on, I think, like, anytime I go over to someone's house, I'm just gonna have to bring her, at least until the house is not under as much construction. Like, once when we get the flooring in. So hopefully that will, you know, go by pretty fast. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys of what happened in my life with my dog Miku, because she is a part of my life. She is my baby, because again, I do not have kids. I don't plan on having kids, so she's like my child. And you know, it did cost a lot of money. I think it cost me like $370 just to have her tested, and they said, like, if you wanted to leave her overnight, it would be like another $500, which personally I had no problem paying that amount of money. But at the same time, I asked, like, you know, is she doing better? Like, can she walk? And they're like, yeah, she can walk. She's a lot better than she was. And I'm like, you know what? That's all I needed to hear. As long as she's walking on her own and she's not going to downhill, like, she's doing better. I was like, you know what, let's go get her. I don't care if the roads are icy or bad. We went and we got her and we brought her home, and now she's doing pretty good. She's been kind of like sleeping a little bit. I think she's just like kind of resting off of what happened yesterday, because I think that was a lot for her. Because yeah, she kind of just goes on and off. Like, she'll get active and she'll eat, and then she'll play with me, and then she'll kind of like rest, but she usually does that anyways. So yeah, I just wanted to update you guys that Miku is okay, and I'm praying that this won't happen ever again, because if it does, I will be really upset. And I hope that it's not like it has nothing to do with her liver. But yeah, the only thing the vet said that I have to look into is getting her, like, some of her baby teeth removed, because they never fell out. I'm like, okay, that's not a problem. So that's something I have to do in the future, but from now on, she's got a clean bill of health for now, so I'm really happy that it was just a little small setback with her. Like, she ate a little bit of pot and she was drunk. She was like kind of like she was high, and you know, it kind of wore off, and that's it. She ate a small amount, so you know what, we're just assuming that's what happened, because that's what the vet said, because she said that she has seen dogs come into the vet after they've eaten weed, and she said, like, you know, I've seen this before in dogs. She's having the same symptoms. Again, they couldn't get a urine sample out of her, but she said, you know, I think that's what happened. So, yep, my dog ate pot and she got high. But I'm just happy that she's okay and that I was able to bring her home and I'm not like burying her or putting her down. I'm just really happy. And she's like, I think she's happy to be back home too. I think she missed us, but I'm glad it wasn't a seizure because, again, I personally know what it's like to see a dog have a seizure and you have to put them down. It's not fun. I'm just glad that she's okay. So yeah, I just wanted to inform you guys of what happened because a lot of you guys on MeWe and YouTube were like concerned because I told you guys what happened. So yeah, I'm glad. I appreciate that you guys kept her in your thoughts and that you guys were praying for her. I really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. I'm just really happy that she's okay and she's in my room and she's sleeping, and yeah, I hope to make more videos with her. I've been meaning to, but it's just been kind of hard because, you know, my job gets in the way and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Again, she's okay, she's happy, and she's recovering, and I'm keeping a close eye on her. She's pretty good. She's back to her normal self, and I'm still going to keep an eye on her. So yeah, that's basically what happened in my life. So let me know in the comments if this has happened to your dog and how you handled the situation. So yeah, make sure to like, comment, to subscribe, and to share this video with a friend. And until then, I will see you next time. Goodbye.